Hi, my name is Michael Dell. I'm a Ganawagi Rono living with special needs. When I was interviewed, I had an idea for a show for people from Ganawagi living with disabilities. Today is the start of that show, Walk in My World. Often, people with disabilities lead sheltered lives, and their interactions are limited to caregivers and family members. I hope this show will bring you awareness of these people, their families, their lives, and their dreams for the future. Welcome back to Walk in My World. Today we are addressing a little bit of a more lighter topic than the last one, although equally important. We are here today to talk to diabetes prevention worker Alex McCumber. And thank you, Alex, for joining us today.
Hey, thanks, Mike.
So maybe you can explain to us a little bit about what diabetes is.
Okay, well, diabetes is a condition where the body doesn't produce the right amount of insulin for the body, or the insulin that's produced by the body doesn't work as effectively as it should. Insulin is an important body chemical, a hormone that helps the blood sugars to reach the cells of the body. These two things here represent the blood system, okay? And in my left hand is blood system that has healthy blood sugars. In my right hand is represents blood system that's got high blood sugar. When I turn them over, okay, what we see happening is that the healthy blood sugars, the healthy blood moves the blood cells quicker through the system. In the right hand, you see with a high blood sugar that it slows down the process. So that if we have diabetes, if we have high blood sugar, over time, this slow action over here isn't doing the body good. And this is where then complications can set in.
What are the warning signs somebody should look for to determine if they have diabetes or not?
Okay. Well, warning signs can come in many varieties for people. Generally, there'll be things like fatigue, being really tired, extreme thirst, maybe headaches, blurry vision, dizziness, thirst, also a frequent urge to have to urinate. Those are the main signs that will indicate that something's not right, and it's an ongoing kind of situation. And what a person needs to do if they're experiencing something like that is go to the clinic or a hospital and get a checkup.
Okay, so once a person experiences this for more than 2 weeks, they should go to their healthcare provider and seek out medical attention.
That's right. Now, here in Ganawagi, you can make an appointment and see the diabetes nurse educator who can provide advice. But the best thing to do is make an appointment at the clinic to see a doctor and talk about the symptoms, and they would most likely then recommend blood tests to test the blood sugars, and that would be the indication.
Okay, now I'm going to use me as an example. I go to my doctor. We discover that I've come down with diabetes. No, it's not it's traumatic, but it's not a death sentence automatically.
Oh, definitely, you're definitely correct with that.
There are steps you must follow after you get the diagnosis, right? Such as proper diet and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, most definitely. And what would happen here at the hospital in Ganawagi is that a referral would be made to the diabetes nurse, and she would contact you and invite you to come in for an appointment. Okay. And then it's your responsibility to go to that appointment, and they will provide you with so much information, so much good information about diabetes, what's happening with that, and what you can do to manage that and to get your blood sugars back down to a healthy level.
How serious can diabetes get?
If we don't take care of ourselves, there can be big complications coming from diabetes because it impacts our whole circulatory system. Now, that can mean heart attacks, strokes, eye problems, vision problems leading to blindness, kidney failure, which leads to dialysis. It can even lead to then neuropathy or losing the feelings in our fingers and in our toes and feet, which means that if we get a cut, an infection can set in, which is slow to heal. If it doesn't heal, it can lead to amputation of a toe, a foot, or a leg or legs. And another thing that we don't often talk about, and we need to talk about more often, is that especially for men, is that uncontrolled diabetes can impact on our levels of impotency. We can become impotent because of that.
Okay, so, you know, like all the food that we eat today is processed. So we have to look for some more choices, you know, like back in the day of our ancestors, we used to plant gardens and all this kind of stuff. Today we can go to IGA and pick up all our stuff. Got all the chemicals in there. So would you say that is a relation to bringing on the diabetes?
Well, you know, there's a combination of factors, and you're right. Food does play a major role in our health, and the way that people living in these modern times, the way people are eating in these modern times is become real interesting. There's a lot of processed food, fast food. Diets have changed from growing our own foods to eating, as you say, produced foods. There's companies, multinational companies that have, the dairy, the meat industry, the vegetable industry, fast food industries that are just trying to, make profit, and we're eating. We're on the run as people, always busy. Maybe money is a factor. Food is a big part of it, but also our physical activity is also a very important piece of both living with diabetes and also preventing it. And then there's a third component as well, which is how we look at life, our attitude, and how we address stresses in our life. All human beings are going to experience stress by events that happen, whether they're natural things that happen, community calamities like the Quebec Bridge back in the early 1900s, family situations. We're made to handle stress, but it's how we deal with it that becomes important. And if we as people and as an individual put ourselves in a situation of always being under stress, of having a lot of trauma that has happened to the individual, to the family, to the community, and that's allowed to build up. And if there's a lot of work stress, life stress, etc., those kinds of things, and it's always hitting us, our body tightens up, our body reacts in a certain way. And that can contribute to the body reacting, where diabetes can become more difficult, or it could also open those doors where diabetes then might be invited in. And I think this is the things that people who are studying about diabetes and healthy lifestyles and stress and all have been beginning to see within the last, 10, 15 years. And they're bringing that information out to us now.